We're officially past the halfway point in this Play More season, and we have had some very high highs and some very low lows, with our best win ever and our worst loss ever, with some of our shortest battles ever attached to both of them. It's been pretty good on the whole, though, with a 3-1 record. But Tyler, as we take on the Vancouver Titangs, this is the most important game of the season so far, as the difference between 4-1 and 3-2 is hard to overstate in an 8-week season. There just isn't that many other games to play after this one.
Well, and there's an added importance to it when you consider that 2 of our last 3 games are against familiar teams and familiar coaches that we know are very talented in Shuckle King, who is undefeated and ranked number 1 in the league right now, and Uzi, who we most certainly know from our 2 past leagues, just how talented of a battler he is. So it is very important to keep things rolling today. For my pockets, it's very important to see Blaziken get back on track today. Would like to see our MVP get things rolling again, but I'll take a win above all else in this battle.
If you want to find out exactly what Pokemon we're bringing and why, please watch the team builder that our coach has made, always linked in the description. But Tyler, looking at the team that was brought pretty quickly, I'm not seeing Blaziken, I'm seeing my MVP, Crocodile, which is exciting. Let's get into the battle and see how this goes. There's our coach, looking confident and incredible as always. Crocodile's there, no Blaziken. I'm fine with that, I'll be honest. And looking at the other side, no Indeedee, which is actually pretty surprising, as we were a little bit worried about the old psychic terrain. No Florges, but we are seeing a lot of threats, Tyler, and a lot of offense. Raikou, Hawlucha, Armarouge, Scrafty, Skuntank, Duraludon. This could be hyper offense, and I'm a little nervous.
Yeah, me too, because my betting favorite isn't here. What do you mean you're okay with Blaziken not being here? We're talking about a top 10 Pokemon right now in the MVP race. I'm a little worried. You said there were some threats here. There absolutely are to my pockets. I mean, I might have to look into what's going on here. Right, hold on. Receiving word that there's some kind of internal investigation of team betting going on? What is happening, John? I'm throwing it back to you. I'm hurt mentally, emotionally, somewhat physically, but really financially by what's going on.
Yeah, well, that's what you get for putting bets down. What pick was Blaziken either? We are starting with the #1 overall pick in this league on the team. Had a big sweep in a recent season. Things are looking great for a big Crocodile game, and you're worried about little old Blaziken? It doesn't matter. You know what? We'll recoup your pockets in a different way. The sponsor of Play More, as always, is play-more.store. We got some Bubby plushies. We have some fantastic merch. Go get something while you still can. It supports the team. It helps out Tyler, who is not in a great spot long term. But most importantly, I love this league. This is actually really fantastic. We are Choice Scarf, so going for Stealth Rocks could look a little bit weird from the outside, but if we can get Stealth Rocks out, force them to switch, the opponent may not know that we are Choice Scarf, and this could win us the game. If the opponent thinks this is a Stealth Rocking, more defensive Crocodile all game, Tyler, oh man, are we in a good spot? And that's some great information right there.
That was one of the key notes that Ben wrote down for us. It's going to look weird that this thing has the Stealth Rocks and its Choice Scarf, but the hope is that when we throw those out, the opponent has no idea that it's still choiced, and because of the switch, and speed wouldn't have been an issue there anyway, but right now there's no thought of, oh, well, why did it get to move fast and get up those Stealth Rocks? Yep. That was a perfect first turn for everything we've got laid out.
Yeah, it truly could not have gone better unless we had gotten a first turn KO, which really was not in the cards. It's nice, especially with how offensive our opponent's team looks to be, to figure out exactly what is going to be defensive. Intimidate Scrafty made a lot of sense just seeing those Pokemon, but it is going to make these next few plays a little bit easier, and just Stealth Rocks in general will be nice as the opponent has switched twice. That's not ideal with Stealth Rocks. We'll have to see. It is the Duraludon that is brought out. Okay. Now, Tyler, I'm pretty confident that Hawlucha is the only Pokemon on the opponent's team that can get rid of hazards, and that's something we're worried about possibly sweeping us. So I feel really, really good about our chances of keeping rocks up for the long haul. And if we're going to be switching around each turn, that's going to put us in a great spot. But this annoying lighter dragon dude could set up rocks of its own, I'm pretty sure.
It's going to be annoying with the capability of sticking around for a long time because it now can have the Eviolite, which it's already a bulky Pokemon. You throw that thing on there, it's just not fun to deal with. But more often than not, the Thunder attack. I was going to say Tentacruel is our counter to most things that are not fun to deal with. That was a great read on the part of our opponent.
Yeah, that was pretty phenomenal. We are a little too used to how things went last week with all of the great reads being one-sided and just it was just a magical time for us. This, it's good. A little reality check. That was great prep, a great move. Now, I wouldn't be shocked if Ben is running a calc to see if Mirror Coat makes a lot of sense here. Yep. That is what makes the most sense.
He was super excited to bring Mirror Coat. Didn't get the chance to do it.
Dang, that's the opposite of the first turn. The first turn really worked out for us in so many ways. They don't know that Crocodile is scarfed. Now they know we have Mirror Coat, and they probably are going to guess that without Black Sludge that we are going to have a berry. So Tentacruel's use is it's not gone. It's definitely dwindling, I would say, unfortunately.
It's used in terms of the super bold strategy.
Yeah.
It's gone, but the good thing about Tentacruel is its stats are so good, and it's got such a wide range of moves that it's always going to be useful as a bulky pivot in this battle.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. It's what you expect from a Skuntank just in general. And we do have Earthquake on this, so we have fantastic coverage for whatever they want to switch in if we do want to make a prediction. But something that Ben talked about is figuring out when he wants to Terra up. Because obviously, if you come Fairy here, you're just going to be weak to the poison moves. And we no longer have the Rocky Helmet, so that can be frustrating. But I do like the idea of Roar, as we do have the Stealth Rocks out, just to see what switches in and kind of mess with the opponent a bit. I don't know, it'll be interesting. You don't want to give them momentum, but maybe you want to heal with Roost. I don't know what the right play is here, Tyler, but I don't think there's a bad option. There's just
Alteria's in a kind of a weird spot this battle because it's built defensively and it's a really good defensive check, but its role changes, like you mentioned, when it decides to Terra, because then it becomes really important offensively against Scrafty and Hawlucha. So
yeah,
I don't know for sure how Ben's going to handle this because you want to keep Altaria around as long as you can. And that did not do much damage, although we're okay with the time.
Yeah, no, we're really happy with this trade-off. Now, obviously, we are not going to be able to Roost. If they stay in and get damage on us, that's not going to be amazing. But I do like chipping down that Skuntank. You know, that is not a Pokemon that resists Stealth Rocks. It's going to be taking some decent damage every time it switches in. It's not the 25% if it was weak, of course, but hey, if that thing's switching in to take a hit, probably not going to be able to do that. We already know we outspeed, so I feel pretty good about this, but I am slightly annoyed about that. Just slightly irritating. Just protect Skuntank. Not exactly what I expected to see. Annoying.
It's a weird spot for the opponent because the only thing you're going to switch into an Earthquake is Hawlucha on their side, and you don't want to switch that in against Altaria.
Yeah.
So I fully understand what they're doing because realistically it was the safest thing in that spot, and you want to put Ben in a spot where he's more likely to want to switch that Altaria out because he senses that stalemate's happening.
Well, I also think it's worth mentioning that Skuntank's actually really good against our team, and we are not really in a spot where we can handle Skuntank, at least switching into it very easily outside of the Altaria. So I think both coaches were in kind of a weird spot. Did Taunt wear off? I don't remember seeing it. I wouldn't be shocked if it did. You'll just have to tell me.
If the Protect would have worked in our favor.
Yeah. Yeah, okay.
I'm assuming so because I trust our coach.
Yeah, no, I absolutely trust him, and I sometimes miss things in these battles.
We don't miss a thing!
We've been right every time we've spoken. Okay. Nice chip damage on something that's not going to be able to heal up. Flash Cannon. We aren't Fairy yet, so that's not doing too much. And okay. I was right. Yeah.
We were right.
Yeah. Okay, this is bold.
I don't know what to say because I'm intrigued at what the Veneral's reading here.
I think predicting a switch, now that you've seen the damage.
Now, this is a prediction that I don't think if it's wrong, it loses you a game. If it's right, it puts you in a super duper good spot. This is a huge turn.
Yeah, there's not a ton of spots in these battles where I don't know exactly what Ben is predicting here, because you can always Terra later. I assume he's expecting some sort of like coverage move and we'll be able to take this a little bit easier. I don't know. We'll just have to see. We'll have to see how this plays out. We get the roost. We know we outspeed the two things. Now we take super effective stab damage from both this and the other one. Okay. We may need to ask our coach about that.
That we're going to have to. I don't.
Yeah. No,
I don't fully follow it. Clearly, neither of us do.
No.
That's purely going to be one that we have to ask the Veneral about later. And I think that could be a case where, again, we mentioned in the notes, we talked about this earlier, there is huge importance in this battle to Altaria at some point getting that Terra off. Ben might just be a little bit antsy knowing sooner rather than later, I want to get this Terra to happen. I'm in a spot here where without a crit, I know I'm going to live and at least have that Terra done so they've got that threat on the other side.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the thinking. It's hard to know.
I think that's what it is. I think that's actually a really good call of, hey, we're in a weird spot here. I need this Terra up so I can switch into something like Scrafty or Halucha a little bit easier. I do fully understand that. That actually makes a lot of sense here. This becomes a little bit of a scarier play because now he's trying to force out the Duraludon to make sure that Hatterene can come in and hopefully pressure whatever else is brought in. The really nice thing that Ben's been able to do here is start to whittle down Skuntank and the Duraludon. Once those things are gone, it gets a lot easier for us. But Crocodile is very important to us in this game, so it's tough seeing damage go on that. This turn has to work to make that worth it. And it does! And that's what you love to see.
You could see the relief on Ben's face as that switch was made.
All right. It all worked out perfectly. This is really, really nice. You see the leftovers Intimidate. It's obviously a defensive Scrafty. And I mean, we've got the Dazzling Gleam.
They've got a switch or it's a dead Scrafty.
And there's no reason not to go for Dazzling Gleam. Absolutely no reason not to just click this move. It's nice. You bring it up a lot in these battles, not to steal your thunder. I'm sorry. I know your pockets are already struggling. I don't want to take more from you. But whenever Ben is that decisive, it can put us a little bit more at ease, just knowing we're in a great spot. And it's so nice to get damage on this thing. Oh, let's go! That is a big kill right there, Tyler. Skuntank was so good against our entire team outside of that Altaria. And Altaria with the Terra up was not in a great spot. Really, really love that. Don't have to deal with that thing anymore. But we do have this guy on the other side.
This thing is scary.
Yes.
A, it's just a scary Pokemon in general. B, I know there's a thought on Ben's side of what item it's gonna have. He's anticipating that it's weakness policy. We don't know that for sure, but we did have a good idea that this thing was gonna be Calm Mind, and it hits like a truck. Anyways, it's gonna be dealing out some damage.
Yeah, it's a tough spot as you gotta stay in, right? There's no reason to switch and let them get a free Calm Mind up. That's really good damage. At this point, I mean, it's going to be a 3-hit KO. Can it KO?
Well, and it wasn't weakness policy. You get that information, so there a lot comes from that term. After a Calm Mind, if the weakness policy hit in, I'd be a little worried at the moment.
Yeah.
I'm still a little worried because this thing is strong regardless, but we have ways around it.
Yeah, I mean, I assume it's a weakness policy set, but we're obviously not hitting it with a physical move, so it's not going to get that speed, so we should be able to revenge it. We just need to live this. And I think that's the biggest thing here. And we do pretty easily. And with the defense whoa. I wasn't even thinking about this. Wait. Do we kill here? Yes, we do! Oh, man. Okay,
no
Tyler.
weakness policy. Weak armor never mattered. All right. Well, that was the best case scenario, I think.
No, I think it definitely was. I was a little curious of what was happening on the other side because, I mean, the Calm Mind there, yeah, I don't know. Armor Rouge at that point needed to be able to start outspeeding. It's not going to be able to get the weakness policy off with what we were doing. But then with its one attack, lowering the defenses, making sure that 3-hit KO became a 2-hit KO, it works out super well for us. A huge threat is gone. And man, I mean, the Hatterene absolutely coming in clutch. And all of a sudden, the opponent's on the back foot. No thunder there. And yeah, just go for the knock. Yeah, that's right, Coach. That glorious, handsome man. Don't you over predict. You get that a violate off, and what a few turns, Tyler.
And all of it was spurred by a decision that we had to sit there and ponder for a good 2 minutes for our little brains to wrap around it all.
Yep.
Now, looking at the team, a lot of us are chipped down. The good news on the other side, we're going to continue to get chipped with those stealth rocks.
Yep.
Frostlass is such an interesting Pokemon here because it's the first time we've seen it all year, and it's Choice Banded. And we talked about this before the battle. When I see Choice Banded Frostlass, I'm disgusted. But it turns out its attack and special attack are the same. I never knew that.
Yeah, who knew? Not us.
Couldn't be us. Clearly, we don't know anything. We're back to that.
Yeah, unfortunately. Now,
just wait until this Galvantula comes out and slings some sticky webs.
and that could be huge late game. But even with this thing losing its Violate, I mean, this is still scary to take on. We had to lose a Pokemon to get rid of that Violate, which was the best thing possible. Did that do 0 damage? Wait, what happened? Oh my! I need an adult. That happened so quickly. As I was saying, this thing is terrifying, Tyler.
Like, I took this dime and threw it at it. And by threw, I mean just a gentle...
Oh, wow. That was... I mean, that's where a Pokemon like this is so terrifying for our team. We had to sacrifice a Pokemon to weaken it, and we ended up sacrificing 2 Pokemon against it. 2 of them. 2! Which is not good. I know you keep saying it's good. It's not.
I'm still...
I mean,
that was the least damage I've ever seen done in
this game. Hits 3 times. Each hit can miss, but power rises. Yeah, okay. I forgot each hit can miss. I knew it was 90% accurate. I forgot.
If there's a team, if there's a team, if there's a man, if there's a Mon who's gonna pull it off and it hit 1 time for that much damage, it's this team. It's that guy, and it was that Mon. That was Choice Banded, by the way.
Yeah, we gotta lock in though. That was when you bring Choice Banded Frostlass, you knock off an Violate, sacrificing a Pokemon, and then bring in Choice Banded Frostlass. I'm expecting fireworks, not the dime to hit the Metal Dragon. This is where it is officially scary hours, right? Scary Terry has come out to say hello. But Tyler, we have something very exciting in our back pocket. We have the ability to miss another move. How does that sound to you, big guy?
Riveting. If it's as thrilling as the last miss was, sure.
So,
I mean, to at least attempt to reset.
It
feels almost fitting that it would come full circle like this, where all the momentum was shifted in our favor because of a fantastic read by Ben, to then just completely flip because of horrific luck beyond belief, unless you're a regular viewer on this channel in which you understand. That's Pokemon. I don't know if a battle has ever summed up Pokemon better.
We're going to need a calc here, big guy, as you bring it in. Can we take this thing out with a Thunder?
We're going to test how fast I can calc, because it's pretty slow. Let's give it, what percent are you going to put us at here?
You give me some numbers,
If it's 29% or under, we've got a chance.
Okay, no, I think there's a chance. We have to go for it here. We have to. We don't miss. Thank you, Compound Eyes. There it is. Okay, we are back in this battle. That is absolutely huge. Now, if anyone did miss the team builder,
did I remove the Eviolite before making that calculation? No. But did what I say technically still apply? Absolutely. Was building drama. That's show business, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, but we are in a scary, scary spot. We need Endure to deal with the Hawlucha, possibly at the end of the game, but we've already shown those cards. Now the Raikou is in, and we've been worried about Calm Mind, substitute. We see the Calm Mind. There it is. The moon is full tonight. Now, we do outspeed with the Choice Scarf on the Crocodile. What we might be able to accomplish here is taking this thing out with a move that's not Earthquake, preventing the opponent from just making the easy switch into Hawlucha. I'm not sure if we're going to be able to make that happen. We are not in a really good spot here, Tyler. I do not like Duraludon. It is mean. He said mean things to me. It hurt my feelings. Make me feel better, please.
I don't know if it's going to make you feel better, but I understand what Ben was doing there by staying in and at least trying to get the... I think you really, we're never getting luck, but in case you get the special defense drop, you get a little bit of...
No, it was in case the substitute.
Oh, yeah.
Substitute with the sound move.
Basically, every bit of coverage...
Yeah.
That checked every box.
Yeah.
We didn't get too much of what we wanted there.
Well, the thing is... I think everything that he thought was going to happen happened. It's a bad spot. We're worried about substitute Calm Minds. Oh! There
we go. I signaled for it. I just had to make the motions.
The issue here, well, if Ben nails the Endure here, that would be kind of interesting, but Ben wants to save the Endure for the Hawlucha. Endure has to be used successfully for us to win this battle, I'm pretty sure. The opponent brought a lot of offense, and that triple axle was really tough. We sacrificed one Mon to allow Duraludon to be revenged by that losing Frostlass. We had the Ice Shard for Hawlucha. I mean, it's just that it's really unfortunate, you know? Yep. 10% is 10%, and once you start stacking it, it gets a little bit worse. And you're the math guy, you can talk a little bit more on that. But we really have to figure out here. I think it comes down to, do you nail the Endure?
I think Ben's checking if there's any use here in the Endure, which there's not. In terms of, he would have had to switch out and used it later like we talked about. And I guess from his calcs and his thought process, everything considered, there's another way around Hawlucha. And so it's better to just go ahead and sacrifice, because there, even if you pull it off on the Raikou, looking at the numbers, there's still no chance to take it out with a Bug Buzz.
Yeah, I mean, you'd be really going for a crit. It's difficult, right? Because it's like you lose the... Is it worth enduring? Get that cuss stat, but if you get that wrong and they get Calm Minds off, you know, that could be how you lose. I get a lot more worried about Hawlucha. We get rid of this.
Where the Choice Scarf isn't the most ideal.
No, it is, because we don't outspeed Hawlucha without the Choice Scarf. And we don't outspeed Raikou without the Choice Scarf.
It was very useful for Raikou. And here, I probably just need... I think it works out because you probably just need Crocodile to go down anyway.
You can't let the opponent get an Unburden boost off. That's what can't happen here.
Yeah.
You can't. Now, the opponent... It is Hawlucha. Is Scrafty the last one? Do you not remember either?
I'm just more so scared about the fact that it's Swords Dance, but yes, I believe you're correct.
Oh, that was always going to happen.
Yep.
And Brave Bird's fantastic as it's going to get it into
recoil.
range. The question is, can we take down Scrafty if we take this thing down? Or are they going to switch into Scrafty, get the Intimidate, and then will we be able, like, if we have to go for Gunk Shot, are we going to be able to hit enough Gunk Shots to get this done? Because they're going to switch most likely. They stay in! Oh my gosh! Wait! Oh my, what? Oh my gosh! Is it not Scrafty to end? Am I the big fool here? What's going on? Wait a second. Wait. Oh my god, why did they not switch into the Scrafty? Oh my god. Oh, we have a chance. We should not have a chance. This is incredible. I think we still lose, but wow, there is a real chance. At least
now
here.
It's interesting.
Yeah, it's very interesting. I thought we were dead to rights.
Poison, crit, and poison, crit together.
Crit, poison, miss.
Poison, crit, miss.
Yeah.
Dodge. Crocodile, do the dodge.
Whoa, yeah. Yeah. Wow, you switched to Scrafty there, and you win every single time, every game. There's no world where you lose if you switch Scrafty in. I am so happy. Oh boy, we missed.
Oh, okay. Well.
Yeah, okay.
Well,
there's
the miss. No.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, we didn't have a chance, but
well, we couldn't dodge the close combat, but it would have been cool. Like the friendship kicked in there.
Hey, differential was helped a little bit. It was helped a little bit, genuinely.
Well, and this is an opponent that came into this battle at 1-3 on the season.
They needed this win.
But one of those losses was to Joey by 1.
Yeah.
So you're looking at one of the best battlers in the world. They gave Joey everything they could handle and then some. Us looking back on this battle, obviously the big takeaway from our side is the absolute that was the triple axle.
Yeah.
But that is a good opponent. They're better than the record would say, which I think you'd apply to most people in this league. They were desperate coming in, like you mentioned. They've already given somebody like Joey everything they could handle. Nothing really, I think, on our side to really be down about with this loss.
I agree with most of what you're saying, Tyler. I think the opponent we went against, not only did they need this win very badly, but they played incredibly and they prepped incredibly well. I can't really think of any mistakes beyond the one at the end that helped us out differential-wise and really did not affect the end of the battle at all. They just were playing as safe as possible. But it does worry me that triple axle hitting every single time was as important as it needed to be. If we hit those triple axles, there's a chance we win this battle. Maybe there's a good chance of it, but to sacrifice them on to get rid of a Violate and then that or Thunder from Galvantula being our best options to revenge kill that Duraludon, it's just scary. We're leaving it up to chance. That's a huge part of Pokemon. And it's tough. We've been here many times talking about how missing a move or a little bit of hacks was enough for us to win a game or lose a game. And the more we can prevent that from being the main thing we talk about here, the better. But in that situation, it's tough because I don't think our coach could have really done anything else except cross his fingers and hope, and it didn't work out. But it's time to talk to Coach and have a pretty good idea what that first question will be. Coach, I got 3 words for you. Triple axle miss.
John, that miss did not feel good, let me tell you. Frostlass decided to come off the bench, make its debut, and disappoint everyone and its own mother. Absolutely ridiculous. So it's unfortunate that that was the best play that I could go for there. If I went into Crocodile, he could have done exactly what he did the following turn after I had to go into Crook and just go into Hawlucha or anything. If I went into Galvantula and I went for Thunder, then Raikou starts setting up and that's just as scary. Frostlass did the most for the entire team, to where even if he switched and he went into Scrafty, I get good chip on Scrafty for Crocodile to potentially sweep. So it sucks. Also, turns out his Scrafty did not have a Dark-type move. He brought a Scrafty without knockoff. So he only had Close Combat and Poison Jab with Swords Dance and Protect. So Frostlass would have done a lot more than just pick up the kill on Duraludon. I would have gotten very heavy chip on Raikou. And I mean, I would have been able to do a tremendous amount to Scrafty. And I mean, I just would have had more pawns. I would have had more sacks to work with. So The miss really sucks. It is what it is. I felt like I played well overall. I think I would have won if I didn't miss, to be completely honest. It would have been closer on the calls just due to Choice Scarf Crook. But me just having more sacks to play and everything really would have benefited me a lot more. I'm not trying to take it away from my opponent, but 2 Thunders and I can only hit 1 triple axel? That's kind of rude!
I know that this wasn't the best matchup for a certain Pokemon that may or may not be under investigation or whatever's going on. So do you have any more information on what is surrounding this situation with Blaziken that I've been contacted for some reason? And when can we expect to see our, or at least my, MVP back out there for play more?
Are you asking for insider information for more bets? You are gonna get us shut down.
Tyler, please calm down about Blaziken. I was gonna have a really good Blaziken set. Originally, I had it over the Frostlass, but thanks to you, Blaziken couldn't come. He had to get investigated. So I wasn't able to use the cool setup Blaziken that I wanted to use, and now I was stuck with a blind Frostlass. So thank you for that, Tyler. I really appreciate it. Thank you.